it's me. I'm back again. I am here with a small book haul. I got a series of books that were available for a pretty good price on Amazon, and then I have a small library haul that I picked up a couple of days ago. I'll jump right in here. I picked up The Dark is Rising sequence, and I really love the covers on these that I was able to get all the same size with matching cover art. I had some paperback copies before. They were kind of mass market sized and they were falling apart, but I did not have all of them. And then when I moved, those did not come with me. So I'm very pleased to have a matching set. So I buy secondhand so much that I very infrequently get a matching set of anything. So being able to pick this up, they were a little over $3 a piece, which is why I got them, because normally they're $7 or $8 a piece. A couple of them won awards. I think the Newbery Award, maybe? Yeah, the Newbery Award. And so those ones are usually a little bit more. So getting them all for that inexpensively and free shipping, because I have Amazon Prime, was a big score for me. I rarely purchase brand new books, so this is a big deal for me. The Dark is Rising sequence is a contemporary fantasy series written between 1965 and 1977. I did not read it when I was younger, and I could easily have been exposed to it, but I grew up on military bases, and I never came across this in a library that I visited. Nobody ever recommended it to me, and I certainly would. I think I would have enjoyed it as a young reader, but it just never crossed my path. In fact, I had never heard of it until somebody recommended it to me in the 90s, and that's when I originally read it. And then I reread it again in the early 2000s. My daughter was an older, not quite young adult, but reading beyond the middle grade level. So she had picked up a couple of these, and I reread the series at that point, just as so we could have conversations about it. And you know, I had always up to that point tried to kind of keep up with my children's reading, and not to control what they were reading, but just so we had so I knew what they were reading, like what was the content of it, and so we could have discussions about it, because I enjoy books so much, and I was so pleased that they grew into children. Well, my daughter was kind of always a reader and a storyteller on her own, but my son, it took him a while to warm up to reading, and I was very pleased when he did. And he lives with his dad now, and by all accounts still consuming books at an alarming rate, according to his father. And now my transgender son is in an incredible reading slump, has only just started reading again. Said that he preferred digital books, and now is all of a sudden reading the Harry Potter series. I signed up for a Kindle reading thing where you could read digital books unlimited, a selection of them every month for $9.99. So I signed up for that because he said he prefers digital books, and getting him to go to the library and choose books has been very difficult. So I'm happy for him to be reading the Harry Potter series. Apparently, back in the day, he had only read the first book initially, and then he sucked into the movies and never finished the series. So he told me guiltily, I didn't even know he hadn't read them. I just assumed he had, and is finally reading them now at age 19. Still a big fan of the movies, but he's seeing a lot of the details that were left out and is just enjoying the extra material, as it were. I'm just happy that he's reading again, and hopefully this will be, the digital books through Kindle will be a gateway back into reading for him. And then for the library books, I finally got in Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton, so now I can read those too. I'll probably knock them out sometime next week or maybe the week after. I have quite a bit that's coming up due soon at the library, which always seems to be the case around here. I also picked up the next 2 books in the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys mysteries because I already read the ones that I picked up in the last library haul. I believe this is book 15 for Nancy Drew, and this will be book 4 for the Hardy Boys. Enjoying the series. Would definitely recommend it for anybody who, for a nostalgia kick, for sure. And then if you have younger readers in the house, you know, the getting past chapter books, maybe ready for something a little bit more advanced than that. These are clean, crisp stories. I think they would be great for anybody progressing beyond that. Definitely middle grade readers. I don't know that how many young adults would be super excited to be reading Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys, but they are certainly wholesome. And if that's a concern for anyone, certainly nobody will be hurt by reading Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys. Another book I picked up was The Rules Do Not Apply by Ariel Levy. Somebody recommended this memoir to me, so I thought I would give it a shot. I have been reading quite a few memoirs, mostly celebrity. So just another one in the drop in the bucket there. And then I had this out from the library before, and I did not get to it. And this came highly recommended to me from somebody in one of the psychology classes I took. And so I wanted to read it, and I just hadn't got to it when it was due last time. So I rechecked it out, and I'm hoping to get to it at the latest in the middle of next week, because if I don't open it, it'll go into a pile and I will forget about it. Opening Skinner's Box, and the subtitle on that is Great Psychological Experiments of the 20th Century. And I found the idea of Skinner's Box in my psychology classes to be interesting. Skinner himself was a bit of a character, so I'm interested to see what information will be in this book that maybe expands on some of the basic information you get in psychology texts about these things. But I think that this is not necessarily about Skinner. I think it's just about some of the foundational experiments for psychology as a field of study. And that is all the books I have for this week. I will be back on Monday with what I read in the last week. I think I've read 6 or 7 books so far. And I am working on 3 right now, including 1 audiobook. So we'll see how I fare over the weekend, and I will see you all next week. Have a great whatever time of the day it is, and bye!